9397. Hey, I saw some photographs. Apparently yesterday was Army Day in Iran. And if anybody is wondering why Iran is so desperately seeking a nuclear bomb, well, let me tell you why. This is why, folks. Iran is seeking desperately a nuclear bomb because they need it. They desperately need it. I was scanning these photographs of Army Day in Iran and the parades that marched by in front of Ahmadinejad and posters of their now deceased leader of the revolution. I guess Ayatollah Khomeini or whatever his name was. And I'm going to tell you a few things I observed, being very familiar with military technology. For starters, the only body armor that I witnessed on any of these Iranians, the only body armor, was old vintage American body armor from the first days of the Iraq War, probably circa 2003. American-made body armor that they'd picked up probably at a flea market on the border with Iraq. All right? Only body armor visible in this parade. That's sad. If you're trying to compete as a modern military, body armor comes in handy. Well, the Iranians apparently have no ability to produce it on their own. How about the aircraft flyover? You know, we're accustomed to, at your average college football game, getting a flyover from a B-2 stealth bomber. What did Ahmadinejad have to rely on for a flyover of his big Army Day parade? F-4 Phantoms. F-4 Phantoms. Exactly the same type of aircraft that John McCain ignited a Zuni rocket on in the Vietnam War. All right? Vietnam War era American-made F-4 Phantom aircraft did a flyover at Ahmadinejad's big Army Day parade. That's sad. That is sad, folks, because they even have later types of aircraft, and apparently they can't keep them in the air. Apparently they cannot. The transport trucks that were hauling the missiles. Well, these trucks look to be about 30 or 40 years old, and they literally look like they were painted by 6th graders. I swear to you. The paint jobs looked like they were done by 6th graders. And the missiles that they were carrying, well, they were decoys. Fake missiles. So fake that they look like they'd been built by a stage crew for a traveling theater troupe. Pathetic. And I tell you, I am truly, truly embarrassed for the Iranian military. I'm not saying that they cannot pose a threat, but I can assure you that Iran poses no offensive threat to any nation without nuclear weapons. So if they want to be an offensive player, they're going to have the nukes. They are going to have them because they have no conventional means to wage an offensive war. You can take that from Marcus. Now, that's not to say that they cannot export terrorism, because they can and they will export terrorism. And that's the justification for removing that regime. And I'm all behind the Israelis if they decide to. I'm all behind them because Iran has already demonstrated that they will export terrorism. They are training terrorists in Iraq. They are training terrorists in Afghanistan. And we know now that they have even sent terrorist training contingents over to Venezuela. Probably to be coming to a southern border near you, thanks to folks like John McCain. Thanks to people like John McCain. Nice job, John. Nice job, illegitimate government in Washington, D.C. All right, I guess that's the end of the show. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Thanks for listening to the Marcus Wagner Show.